Hey guys, I wanted to come and give a little update. It's been a minute, I've been gone, but I know that I love y'all and I love my craft and I love my business, and I don't want y'all to think that I'm neglecting y'all. I'm not just posting stuff. It's not that, it's I'm really trying to get back into it. So I wanted to come up here and post a video giving a little insight on what happened to me in the past year and how God has really been forefront of my life. And I'm slow. I can't just jump back into something until He's telling me to go. So let's talk about it. So many of you, last time you saw me back last 2 years ago when I posted the videos for my ski mask and stuff like that, right? Well, I was in a relationship which ended kind of abruptly. There was no communication on the ending. There was no communication on how it was going to end, but it just ended. Prior to us ending or moving out and separating, I found out I was pregnant. And I happened to be pregnant months before. I had a feeling I was, but the test kept coming back negative, and I was like, something's off, something's off. I feel like I'm pregnant. I feel like I'm pregnant. And so all the tests was off, so I was like, fuck, keep moving, living my life. But then God was sending me signs. He sent me signs. I wonder if I can put it in the video. He sent me signs at the Dollar Tree. He sent me signs on a TikTok video that popped up on my timeline. He was just sending me signs, and then he was also sending me scriptures that I will write in my journal. And I'm like, I have videos and clips of myself saying, if I am pregnant, God has told me that I'm pregnant, and it's a son. So fast forward, I found out I was pregnant a month before, like a couple weeks before we moved out, and I told my significant other, and he just was like, well, what you gonna do? Like, what's up? Like, I don't know, da da da. But mind you, I was further along than I thought I was. So we're gonna fast forward. Long story short, it didn't work out. So after that didn't work out, I moved in with my sister, and that situation wasn't working out. Mind you, I was still pregnant at the time. So I called my mom, and she lived in Texas, and I was like, I have to come back home. I have to come back home. And she was like, I bet. And she knew the situation. She was like, so what he's trying to do, like, no comments. No comments. So we're not even gonna go that deep. So I pack up my stuff. I leave to Texas, and we drove 24 hours straight to Texas, and I was pregnant, and everything in my life had just stopped. Everything, I put all majority of my stuff into storage. I didn't have my storage stuff. I literally didn't have my car. I left my car behind, and if you've been following along on my TikTok pages and stuff like that, you know my story behind that. I left my car behind, took my tags off, and mind you, my car was paid off. I couldn't move my car. I just had to leave it because it wasn't going to make it all the way to Texas in the condition it was in. So I literally had to let go of everything and give it to God. So I literally moved to Texas, and depression started hitting. But mind you, I am pregnant, and I am a mother of a 8-year-old, 9-year-old at the time. And so I have to continue to, I think she was 9. I have to continue on being me. Like, I cannot just sit in the moping, and I had to continue on. So I tried to get my insurance together. I didn't see my first doctor's appointment until September 1st. I moved the first week of July. I didn't see a doctor until September 1st. But mind you, I got the results in June. I tried to contact my doctor to get an appointment. They wouldn't have an appointment no time soon. Tried to go to the free clinics. I couldn't get in there. Tried to go to the emergency room. Too long of a wait because there was some type of sickness going on around there. So I was like, you know what? Here we are. We're going here. We're going to keep going. Finally get to my doctor's appointment in September. At the doctor's appointment, I could tell the gender before she said something. I saw. But we didn't want my daughter to know, so I want my daughter to go out the room so she didn't know, because I could surprise her. And when she told me, I was ecstatic. I knew it was my son. And I'm like, God showed me this prior to him. But mind you, during the process before me moving out, God and I were building a relationship. God told me to let that man go. He whispered in my ear to let that man go. And I was like, God, what? This is my baby. We've been best friends for 12 years. That's my baby. That's my man. Like, what are you talking about? We've been discussing this for years. Like, he was ready, and I'm like, this my man, God, what happened? But it was a situation going on with him and his other baby mom, and it was like something I just don't want to deal with. Like, you're not about to hold kids over me. Like, we're not doing that. I would never choose a man over my kids. I don't care what nobody say. So God said, let him go. And I was like, what? So I let him go, and then things start unraveling. Fast forward, I found out it was my son. Life was so hard in Texas. It was so hard. That was the longest 9 months of my life. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a job. I had opportunities to get a job, but when I tried to get a job, who was gonna help me get Nala off the bus? Who was gonna help me get her home, get her on the bus? I could have used my mom. She was in school. She's gone majority of the day. My other little sister, she was in school. So it was like I got the job and I thought I applied for these jobs that I work from home, but none of them were coming in. And then I got one that I thought was work from home, but then they told me, oh, it's in person. And I'm like, the job I applied for was never in person. I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna apply for nothing that I know I can't do. But I took the interview, but I found out during the interview that it was in person for like a big company. It was for USA, matter of fact. And so I was like, I was gonna take it and go for it, but I was like, how am I gonna do that? How am I gonna do that? I don't trust my daughter getting home by herself in this neighborhood. We don't know this place is like. What if somebody snatch it? I don't play that. So I was like going through it, and during the time I was pregnant, it was really stressful for me because I didn't know how I was going to be able to get the things for my baby. Like I don't have no money. I wasn't crocheting. I stopped because majority of my stuff I just couldn't find the energy to get into it. I was so depressed and so down, and crochet brings so much life into me that I couldn't do it. So I was like I can't. I closed my shop down. I did make my sales that year prior to me moving though. I did hit 50 big sales with tags, and that's a blessing. So I was able to claim taxes the following year. But during that time, from the time I moved in June to like September, October, the end of the year, it was hard for me. So I'm sitting here like, how am I going to do this? Mind you, every day, I didn't even know I had enough money saved up to pay my storage, but I didn't know how I was going to continue to pay my storage. Y'all, I literally pay my storage. To this day, it gets paid. I mean, it's behind this month. I don't know how it's going to get paid this month, but we're going to pray on it because I don't even know how, we'll get to that. So my storage was being paid, but everyone around me, mind you, when I was pregnant, a lot of people that I know was telling me, you need to abort that baby. You don't need that baby. You need to focus on this, da, da, da. And I'm looking like, y'all don't understand. I didn't plan this. Y'all don't understand. God literally was telling me prior to what's going on, and how can I sit there and put myself through that after God and I started really getting really close. Like none of y'all were there with me when I was crying. None of y'all were there with me when I was going through my moments of my things, of my car getting repossessed and get my car back, my car breaking down and getting it fixed again, my fucking jobs and stuff, like everything that was going on in my life. Y'all weren't there, you know? But I also knew I was too far along. I felt it. Like I could not just sit there and take some abortion pills and abort at home and then knowing that baby not gonna come out right. It's dangerous to me, you know what I'm saying? And I also didn't have the money to get the procedure done. But God told me not to do it, and everybody else around me was telling me to do it, but I knew deep down God said no. Other people will confirm it too, because they would say certain like, no, like what are you doing? Like, no. And mind you, they wouldn't know like what I was talking about with God. So during the time I was pregnant in Texas, people were like, oh, how are you going to get this stuff for your baby? How are you going to get this, and this? And I'm looking like, I don't know. Mind you, nobody knew I was pregnant because I did not come out. I was quiet because the part of the Bible that God took me to the scripture, I think it was 1 Kings something. I want to say 4:25, something like that. And God told me to be quiet. He spoke it over me, but I didn't have to go and boost. I just relaxed because I knew. I wrote in my journal everything he confirmed to me. So that way I can go back and be like, look at the proof. On this date, God said that. Look, I'm going to read the lie. I think I still got the journal. And if you want to see it, let me know. And so I was really just chilling, you know, and I was just like, bro, trying everything. Like, how can I make this money? I started creating patterns. I started doing things. I'm like, I got to find a way to make some money. What am I going to do? I was so shocked because I thought that when I got pregnant, I was going to be able to have that energy to crochet pregnant clothes. Like, I was like, oh, I'm going to be, because that's the energy I felt in my relationship. I was like, oh my God, once I get into my bag, I was getting my bag. I was getting content. I was hitting views. I was hitting sales. Everything was happening. I had a fashion show. Everything was happening. I'm like, oh, when I get pregnant, it's going to be even better because I'm getting energy. But the energy took me out. Okay, I was so freaking depressed. It was not even funny. Like, it was days where I didn't even want to be here. But if it wasn't for my daughter, if it wasn't for God and my daughter. So fast forward through, eventually God showed me a scripture in Luke. And it was when she finally came out and told what was said to her and her being pregnant. And so God, that was the confirmation for God to me saying, hey, you need to let it be known. And I'm like, how I'm gonna do that? Because he was saying, you're asking how are you going to get the things for your baby. You don't got the money. God said, but you got the support. And I'm like, do I got the support? Nobody was supporting me, but I had grew a platform on TikTok, on Instagram, and Facebook. I had 13,000 followers on Facebook, over 2,000 followers on Instagram, because I don't really do it that much, and over 8,000 on TikTok. And God was like, create the video. That's something you're good at. Story time, tell, and put the video out. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. Because I was so embarrassed. Like, I really became a single mom again. But this time I'm doing it from the time the baby's in the womb to the baby time come out and after on. Because I knew I'm not going back to that man. I don't care if he came back around again. No, you don't never let no woman go through no birth by herself. So I created the video, posted the video out, and you will be surprised. I had so many people like, Nia, oh my God, congratulations. Nia, oh my God, where's your registry? Oh my God, Nia, da da da. The video went great. It went crazy on my Instagram, crazy on my Facebook, crazy on my TikTok. Everybody asked me for the registry. So then that's when God was like, create the registry. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know what I need. I haven't had a baby in 10 years. But I need everything. I needed a bed, I needed a car seat, I needed a diaper bag, I needed diapers, I needed wipes, I needed clothes, I needed hats, I needed socks, I needed shoes, I needed everything, blankets, everything. So I go online, go to Amazon, and start creating this wish list. And God was like, put on there things you need. I'm like, what? I'm scared, God, because what if nobody get done? What am I going to do? I was looking at different places in the city. How am I going to provide? Like, I need to know, like, different places in the city. I needed things to, like free things like diapers, like maybe a car seat. I was trying, but things weren't working out. Like every time I would try, I'm like, bro, God was like, that's not what I told you to do. That's not what I told you to do. So I created the shopping thing and the Amazon registry and put it in my bio. Linked it to the videos, posted it online, like did a little picture on my story and posted the registry, put it in my bios and stuff like that. Baby, when I say God showed out, everything he had promised me and he had told me came true. I had everything I needed for my son. I got his bed, I got his car seat. Somebody gifted me a stroller. I had his bathtub, I had his clothes, I had diapers, I had wipes, I had socks, I had blankets, I had a diaper bag somebody gifted me. Like, I got everything I needed for my child. And I didn't spend $1. And that was the confirmation from God to me that I did what he told me to do. Despite what others had said and what he had viewed, I listened to him. My son had everything he needed by the time he gave birth. All I had to do was give birth to him. And my birthday experience didn't go as planned. I was scared from the time it started to the time it ended. And I was tested so bad. But I trusted God. After my C-section, I saw my son. It took me a minute to register my son. They said, oh, he's out. And I literally was shaking and crying. And even to the anesthesiologist that God put in my life, my anesthesiologist wasn't even from Texas. She wasn't even living in Texas. She lived in San Antonio. She wasn't living in San Antonio. She was from Tennessee. She was on a travel job. Happened to get there, met her and the male one. They were the sweetest people in the world. And when I was sitting there on that operating table crying because they were trying to do a ECV. So what they was, I think it's called ECV. They were trying to turn my son over because he was breached and they had induced me. So he was stuck on the side, but he wasn't turning. And when they tried to turn him, it took 3 doctors. They tried it and they couldn't do it. Mind you, I didn't want an epidural. I didn't want to do anything, but you had to get one. And I didn't have anybody to hold me during it. I had to hold this nurse. I did not know her. And I told her, Miss Lucy, I literally held her and said, I'm so sorry, but I'm about to squeeze you so bad. She was like praying over me, talking over me. And I'm like, God really sent his angels. I really prayed over everything. My anesthesiologist sat with me the whole time and she was pouring into me. And we still friends to this day on Facebook. She was pouring into me. She was like, you are strong. You are beautiful. You are doing this. You don't have to cry. You are strong, mommy. You are here. You're doing it. No matter what you got said, you just don't understand what I've been through. everything just came out at that one time. And when my son came out, I saw him, but I didn't see him. It was kind of like a detachment, because it was like I was still in disbelief. Like, I really just had a baby by myself. Like, I really just had a baby by myself. It really took me off guard. And so everything happened beautifully. Everything happened beautifully. And it got me to where I am today. Like, eventually we moved back to the East Coast. I'm now on the East Coast again, because I knew I did not want to be in Texas. Something about Texas I didn't like. I didn't like Texas at all. I was scared because, you know, in Texas they have abortion laws. Like, so anything happened bad, that's on you, baby. Like, it just was a lot for me. And so I knew I didn't have my family or friends this whole pregnancy. I was by myself. I didn't have no friends. I didn't have nobody who can call and can pull up on me and bring me some food. I literally was getting up every day, taking care of my daughter, sick as a dog, every day, walking her to and from the bus stop, every day, spending time with her, every day, trying to show up for myself, not having a car, not having nothing, just sitting in my mom's living room on her couch and just sitting there crying. And I can't believe I'm coming out telling this. But then I got the courage to keep going into the point I am today, and I'm not done yet. But I say all this video to say, God will literally put you in places that you didn't ask for, to build strength in you that you didn't know you needed. If you hear him tell you to do something despite what other people are saying, listen to him. Listen to him. He will provide in every season. God has been providing for me for years. Mind you, my crochet business was my only business since 2021. 22. God has been providing for me every freaking month since then. He provide. My son will always have diapers. I'm a single mom. Nobody helped me with diapers. Like, I'll be looking like, God, why my baby daddy's not helping me with diapers? They're not helping me with wipes. They're not helping me with clothes. My daughter is 10. My son is 10 months. Every month, I don't know how I'm going to get this stuff for my sons and my daughter. My son and my daughter. I don't know. And it happens. I haven't bought myself nothing new in years. And I was scared people was going to judge me. But then I got to the point where, why am I afraid of being judged? Who are these people? Who are these people? Like, God, at the end of the day, is with me. You know? Just like this year, I don't know how I made it to the end of the year, baby. Finding my storage money every month. Them telling me they were going to take my storage. My storage is all I have. And I pray every day on my storage. Like, God, I prayed to my grandfather before I left and left a picture in there with him. It's like, Papa, watch over my stuff. Like, I had prepared to move into my place and never got there. So it's everything I own is in there. New dishes, new pots and pans, everything I thought, because I was moving and I did it. And God said, trust me. I left my car. My car's still sitting where it was. I don't have the money to get the car. I don't have money to get the battery for the car. I don't have the money to do that because I'm literally taking care of 2 kids every day. I don't know how to catch up, especially in this economy. And then Christmas is literally around the corner, and I'm like, how am I going to provide Christmas gifts? And I told my daughter straight up, I'm not going to be able to do it this year. Every year I make a way, make something shake. I can't do it this year. And she's older, my son is young. I mean, I probably get the 1-2 gifts, but I can't do it for unnecessary gifts, unnecessary money on things that I don't have it, you know? But I know that God is there, and that's why he told me to get up here and share my testimony, because it's been a minute. But I want to get back on vlogging, but I don't know where to start. But God said, start where you ended. Oh. So I don't know how many people are going to watch this video. I don't know how many people are going to like this video. I'm probably going to take the TikTok video. I had 17 clips in TikTok and it went viral. I might take those and create them into one video and post it so y'all can see where I started from. And people were surprised that I even was open, but I was open. I don't know where this is going to take me. I'm just praying that this time next year I can look back on this video and I'm in my house. Like, right now I'm staying with my mom still, you know, we in this together, but I want to be on my own house. Like, I want my own yard for my kids. I want their own rooms, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know how I'm going to get there. But I am forever grateful for those who really poured into me, who sent me cash apps, who sent me Amazon things from Amazon. Like, somebody said, Nia, make your wish list. I don't know what to make a wish list on. But I'm so grateful because you'll be surprised the angels around you. From the lady the other day at the Walmart a couple months ago who randomly stopped me and said the blessing is for you and gave me $100 gift card. She didn't know I was struggling on how I was going to pay for diapers. She didn't know I didn't know how I was going to pay for the things. I had all this stuff calculated in my head how I was doing. And she literally walked up to me and said, the blessing is for you. Handsome baby, the blessing is for you, and walked off. So I say all this to say, it's the beginning. I started posting all my content on all my social media platforms because it's time for me to stop caring about what people think. God is doing something in me that he's trying to show others. I'm going to get back in that bag. I recently also created my own ebook for crochet and teaching people how to start a crochet business because I started it from the ground up and I knew I was pissed because I had no one to show me how to do the ebook. I had not ebook, but how to start the business. I literally had no blueprint. Nobody else was doing it. So I said, why not create it? Now, have I made sales on it? Not yet. But it's linked in my bios. It's linked in my stuff. And I don't know, like, all I can do is pray that I can make sales on it. I pray that that's money that can start coming in, that can start me up. I just need the beginning to initial startup. Back in May of this year, I got into a very bad car accident that scared the life out of me, but it was God. He literally put his hand out and saved me and my son. And it wasn't my fault. And I'm still dealing with that to this day. But at the end of the day, God showed me that it's not time. I got so much for you. So I go say all this, like, this is just the beginning. I'm not saying Nia's gonna be done crocheting. I'm not done. Oh no, I'm not done. Right now I can't really do it as much because now I'll be doing a lot. Like right now I can take a nap. It's a blessing, okay? But baby, I'm coming back. Once I get into the rhythm of stuff, I'm coming back. But until then, God said, create the content. You speaking, you talk, you create daily life content being a single mom. I'm trying to change the perspective on life and change people to change their perspective on how they see God's work. Change the perspective on stop thinking that just because you walk up with God, it's going to be all rose colored and it's going to be, oh my God, meadows of flowers. No, baby, it's going to be trials and tribulations and you still going to make it through. But it's because you want to really give praise to him. So I say all this to say, I hope you all, I keep saying that, hope you all understand that God is here. And I look forward to this journey with you. And I thank you, even if you commented on any of my videos over the past few months, y'all are still commenting and liking and sharing. And I thank y'all so much. Y'all don't understand. I see that. I see that. I get it literally, some of them be so much encouragement, like, you're a beautiful soul. You got this. You're going to be good. I love that. Thank you for pouring into me and thank you for encouraging me. And thank you so much for being one of God's people to speak over me. I want to thank y'all so much. I look forward to talking to y'all more. I look forward to helping you all more. I look forward to being there for you and helping y'all create more because we about to get in this bag. I want us to all get in that bag. I want us to all to take these videos and be monetizing and making money off of that. You have people just like I have people, but guess what? If I can help you, go get that money. We'll see you soon. I don't know when the next video is coming. I'm going to post, but I hope you stayed all the way through. And leave some encouragement down below. If you want to say something nice, thank you. I'm here for you all. Thank you so much. I love you so much. And don't check out my shorts too, because I'm going to do my little short videos too. But I'm going to start posting my longer content on here. And hopefully y'all support as we could grow back into being a crochet designer. I never stopped. I just took a maternity leave. Peace out, though. I love y'all.